You slipped yourself into a meeting of Kappa Beta Phi, which you'd heard whispers of. You wrote whisperings that its members included both incredibly successful financiers like Michael Bloomberg and Goldman Sachs chair John Whitehead, et cetera, and some spectacular flameouts in that field like Dick Fold from Lehman, et cetera, John Corzine. So you got in and saw for yourself, and what'd you see?
It was amazing. I mean, this is an 80-year-old secret society, and every year they get together and they basically induct their new members by making those new members dress up in drag and perform musical skits, do comedy routines, basically humiliate themselves in front of the veteran members. And so I heard, skits about Occupy Wall Street, sexist and homophobic jokes about people like Hillary Clinton and Barney Frank. There was a song called Bailout King set to the tune of ABBA's Dancing Queen. I mean, really some of the most offensive, sort of incredible stuff you can imagine.
They were their jokes and their humor was so offensive and so out of line and so remarkably unfunny. I thought. I mean, I don't know if they reacted with great hilarity, but the stuff that you reported was not only disgusting; it wasn't even funny. Disgusting. It would struck me as stick to your day job kind of
I know,
disgusting.
I know. I was not rolling in the aisles either, but I think when you throw in enough alcohol, everything becomes a little bit funnier.
So they were all laughing and they all thought this stuff was hilarious, huh?
From the looks of it, yeah, it got all the skits got a lot of laughs.
Now, whenever the year being 2014, and I think you saw this in 2013, but this being the 21st century and all, one doesn't normally expect to hear about organizations where you have to perform in drag to get in, and that suggests a number of things, psychosexually and otherwise. But one of them is it suggests that this is essentially an all male organization. Is that true?
It's not. I mean, there are females. There are a handful of females in it, and some of them have even led the group. I would say it's probably 90 to 95% male.
So what's up with the drag thing? Is that basically about humiliation, or is it? And if so, why do they still believe that being female is a form of humiliation? You get any sense of that?
Yeah, I think there is something sort of psychosexual about it, and you'd have to really talk to someone much more versed in these things than I am to really get it. But I think part of it is that the people who are being inducted, these are not fresh-faced recruits. These are some of the most successful CEOs and captains of industry on Wall Street. I mean, one of them was Mark Lazary, who's a billionaire. So these are people who are used to sort of being on the giving end of humiliation. And I think maybe in order to humble them, the sort of members of this organization decide that one of the ways you have to do that is by making them dress up like women, which is, hugely embarrassing for them and not something that they probably ever have to do again in their lives.